Good morning, you guys. Just getting comfy sitting down here on the floor. Happy Saturday. It is a little bit gloomy outside, but I don't mind because I have a ton of life admin and things to do today. But one of those things on my list that I wanted to do was an apartment tour, because if you've been following me here for a while, or if you're new, you are going to want to make sure you're subscribed because I'm about to move house. So I've got a ton of moving vlogs on the way and I'm very, very excited to pick up my keys. But before I do that, I actually wanted to show you a full apartment tour around my studio kind of one bed apartment here in Melbourne, because I have been living here for the last 2 years and that is when I started my YouTube channel, and it has definitely gone through a bunch of iterations within that time, because stylistically I've changed things, or layout wise there were things that I just did and then realized were not quite working. So I'm a huge fan of kind of reshuffling the furniture to get the energy and the flow of the space right, and that is because I'm an architect and an interior designer, and everything I do revolves around not only aesthetics but function and feeling as well, because I just want this to be a cozy feel-good space where the color scheme's working for me, the furniture is working for me, and no matter how tiny the apartment is, in which case this one is quite small, it still can be a beautiful functional space and it doesn't need to cost you an arm and a leg. So I thought I would do a little bit of a tour through my apartment. So I guess I'll start over at the front door and I can walk you through the entire space and show you, because I don't know if I've showed it in that much detail before. I usually try and keep those things a little bit more private, but because I'm moving out, it doesn't matter because I won't be living here anymore by the time you pretty much see this. So yeah, let's go on and I can show you through my apartment.
When you first enter my apartment, I have a little shelf full of home decor. These are just some little bits and pieces that make me really happy when I look at them. There are some poetry books. I've got a ton of different sculptural candles and a few little vases and pots and things like that as well. I have this right near my entry because I sort of consider this a little bit of a sacred space where I can put all of these little bits of decor that I've kind of collected over time. And I do sort of restyle this seasonally as I collect different bits and pieces. I've also got some photos of some of my favorite memories, and yeah, it all sort of kind of follows a very similar minimalistic kind of theme where there is some textural items and also just that sort of black and white colouring as well. I keep my perfumes in this little section too as a bit of a display, and this is one of my favourite childhood pictures of me and my sister. So that is the very tight little entryway in this apartment, where I also have a full-length mirror as well. Next to that, I've got my desk, and this is my sort of work from home space. I've got my intercom above that, and I try and keep this really light, bright and clean because it is a studio apartment. These are my daily planners I created, which help me organize my day. I will leave a link to those in the description box. I've also got just, again, a bunch of very minimalistic sort of things, even right down to my podcasting microphone and my timer, which helps me get through all of my tasks as well. Now I have my coat hook where I hang up my work bag and my coat right near the entry as well. And this was just from H&M. I thought it was a beautiful gold accent to try and tie into the house. Then we move on to the laundry and bathroom, which unfortunately doesn't have a door, so it is a little bit exposed, and that is something I haven't quite liked about this space, as it can look a little bit messy. And the bathroom itself is quite plain. It's just beige and white sort of tones, and yet again I try and keep things reasonably tidy because it is such a small space. This is another vintage shelf which I keep some plants and frames and little trinkets on, so this is kind of my key bowl where I'm able to put things down when I first walk through the door, and I've got this lovely throw blanket and book underneath there as well. This alcohol trolley was a vintage find from the Glen Waverley Bazaar and I absolutely love it. It was only $50. And this is where I have my TV. I've got a little entertainment unit under that and a ton of pothos or devil's ivy around my place as well. Then we move on to my little dining area. I chose a glass table to make the space feel larger, and I've got some lovely little boucle chairs and these minimalist black and white prints. I hung them up like a gallery wall, and then I have these few little pieces of decor on the dining room table. Moving on to the kitchen, again, it is a pretty plain space, and I have my essential coffee machine with my coffee and decaf there as well, and all of my other little bits and pieces kind of stacked, as it is a very small space, so creating those elevated platforms gave me some extra room. Then we move on to my bedroom, which I always have tried to keep as cozy and neutral as possible, yet again in that light and bright theme with some white and green. Green is one of my favorite colors to bring into the home for that connection to nature, and this is the book that I'm currently reading, which is 101 Essays, and my glasses, which I definitely should be wearing more. So that's my bed, which is just an IKEA bed base with some drawers in it for extra storage. And again, it is a pretty small space, but I've managed to make the most of it, and I do try and keep it tidy. This is my little chest of drawers and mirror for when I'm getting ready so that I'm able to check any outfits. And in that, I just keep my basics like underwear and activewear and all those kinds of things as well. This little gallery wall I made in a previous DIY video, which I can link below, and absolutely love looking at all of these different prints, and my mirror hung up here as well, which was another vintage find.
We are all done. I hope you guys really enjoyed having a little sticky beak through my apartment and a couple of the bits and pieces I've kind of collected over time to really bring this space together. And most of this stuff will be coming with me to the new place because I kind of have already sold and decluttered quite a lot of things. So there isn't much that won't be coming unless when I get there, it just doesn't really work. But thankfully the color scheme of the new place is quite minimal and black and white as well. So make sure you're subscribed for that because like I said, very, very soon I'll be able to do an empty apartment tour here, my moving vlogs, and picking up the keys for the new place. So thank you guys so much for joining me and spending the time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.